Well, hello, I'm Alistair, and I'm on a bike heading to an ancient village. But I get distracted on the way, so the village images, they'll appear in a later video. Today, I will actually show myself taking pictures, and I will create some sample shots to show how I am creating my final images. The best of the images for the day, they're at the end of the video. There won't be any mind-blowing images, because unlike the video you see just now, which was filmed a few days earlier, today is a fairly flat, cloudy day. But that's fine, as all I really want to do is encourage you to get out and take pictures. I was riding my hired electric bike through an area with some amazing peaks, and I stopped to take these images before being distracted by a huge butterfly. So I'm all hot and sweaty again. Took some photographs of some of the karst peaks near to here, then saw this place. It's basically some sort of butterfly mountain exhibition there. I don't know. You come in under a butterfly, picture now, and you walk through what looks distinctly like man-made cave of stalagmites and stalactites and so forth. They may be genuine. I don't think so. I was asked if I wanted to do the glass walkway over here and a glass slide. And I thought, if I take a slide, the chances are I'm going to have to walk back up steps. And after yesterday, no thanks. But let me show you around. Have a wee look at what I've got here, because this is stunning as usual. This place does not just... What am I saying? It doesn't stop giving. It's amazing. Have a look. So I'm on this wee bridge just now, but looking out the side, look at that. And you see the size, the scale of the houses to the peaks. And then this is what it came out of. And we have our usual loud hailer going on over there, trying to get people to come and do this glass walkway. I did some yesterday, don't want to do it again. So let's have a look at this peak here. There you go. Sorry, it's a bit underexposed. It's going for the sky there. So we're coming along here, and I just spotted a sign that says do not stop, no lingering. So I best keep moving. But it is absolutely gorgeous. I'm not even going to take a photograph though if they're saying don't stop. Cameras everywhere. It's a bouncy bridge, this one. Ooh, heck, it's a bit bouncy. Ooh, big fat boy walking across it. That's me. I've lost weight since I last mentioned my weight, I think, but not enough. This is nice. This is nice. The picture taken by the pros. I might get a little copy of it later. But I took some pictures from their viewpoint, which is quite nice, and I can show you those. But this is where I've come to now, and it's just a little walkway, but it's through the rocks. And there's bells. Bells, the bells. And we're just going to go up here now. So it's quite tight, a bit rugged, the sort of thing you'd bash your camera off if you're not careful. And I've just put the big lens on, so I've got to be really careful. So the question is this real or man-made? I don't know. There's another bell with a mind your head. For me, it's more mind your step, don't fall off. Yeah, looking back, it's not really a photo. Through like this though, that's quite nice, for a bit black and white. Let's try that. So last time I saw a sign saying mind your head, there was nothing really to mind on. This time though, there's a bit more of a difference. That's a definite mind your head. Let's try this. I've got to climb the steps without falling over. Hold the camera so it doesn't bash on anything. And then come through. So yeah, I certainly couldn't stand up in that. Yeah. Definite mind your head moment. So it looks like I've reached the top of where they're going to take me. Because I'm not going up there. No way am I going up there. It's a pleasant enough view. I'm going to take a few pictures. This is what I'm looking at. So there's always a tree in the way, but there you go. Just bring that down a wee bit. There we are. That's better. So there's a couple of compositions in here. Again, nothing special. No fantastic, blow your mind type photography is going to happen. Not in the middle of the day, in light like this. It's really not happening. But it's good to document a trip and to try and do it well. And that's really all I want to do. I just want to be able to document what I've done and try and get the best images I can at the time. And to do that is half killing me because I've got to carry all the kit. So I'm by no means carrying all my kit. I've got the 50-400 with me today because yesterday I felt I needed it, so I brought it with me. But because I had that heavy one, I didn't bring the 28-75, I just brought a 20. And I've been using the 20 most of the way coming up here because it gave me what I wanted to see. The 50mm was good, but sometimes you just need a little bit wider. But as I say, I didn't want to bring a 28-75 when the 50mm covers most of that range anyway. So probably should use the 400 to its advantage and try and get some of the scenes here. Okay, probably won't show me taking the images. Might be able to clamp onto something. Giving away all the tricks here. That was noisy. So yeah, you should be able to still follow me. I don't have the mic on. Right. So let me try and take a couple of photographs from this location. As I say, I've got the 50-400 on. Make sure this doesn't attach or hit the mic. There we go. So there's a couple of little things I saw instantly which look interesting, and that's basically a car's peak with the buildings beside, and then an even bigger peak beyond. So my ISO can come right back again. It was way up high. I don't know how it got back that high again. Dearie me. Strange I'm having to use about 400 if I want f11. We can get my speed up to 2/50th. So if you want the land to be predominantly exposed correctly, point at the land, keep the sky out of it, and then adjust until you get pretty much what you want. Then when you come up onto the sky will be burning out, but you'll still see the land. And then you can decide to just want to adjust a fraction more so the sky doesn't burn out too much, the land becomes a little bit darker, but you know you can bring it back. But you want to guarantee the land in place, just go for what it reckons is exposed for the land. Now this is the behind the scene. So I'm going to expose for the land just now, and I'm sitting at 50mm, I think. And then I'm going to expose for more of the sky, so I don't have too much burnout. So those two images, I can show you what they're like and what the differences are. Well, the first image here, exposing for the land, is quite washed out. That's because I'm using old advice here by exposing for the land. As with film, where you didn't do your own developing, if you exposed for the sky, that's all you got, with a really dark foreground. Now, as you will see, by exposing to capture more of the sky detail, of which we have very little today, the land doesn't go too dark in the raw image, as there's so much dynamic range now compared to my old film days. The better advice is to expose for the sky, especially when it's interesting or a sunrise or sunset, because we can bring back so much more detail in the land and foreground in post-editing. A very simple edit is used here. I'm also finding it very difficult that everything looks really dark in here. And I had the same problem when I came to Asia last time. Again, with a new camera, I had the D870, I think it was. And I just got that camera and everything was really dark. But when I got home, it was okay. It was okay. So what I want is to zoom in on a couple of sections. So I'm really emphasizing the size of these peaks. And to do that, I've got buildings below and around. Now it's interesting, I've got UV filters on to protect my lens predominantly. But in weather like this, location like this, I'm hoping they're actually going to help by reducing the amount of blueness that is out there. It doesn't seem to be doing it, but that's what I'm hoping for. Here's another one here. This is going to be better than the last one. It's a very narrow peak. Again, I can't see very much. I'm going to put my hat on, unclip it from my bag, bash the lens off the ground while I do so. I've definitely got to the point where I'm not really caring about the lens hoods. Just checking your recording. That's it. So I'm putting the hat on, it gives me a bit more shade so I can see through the viewfinder a bit better and decide, is it exposed correctly or not? So point down again. I want to take the peak away from the histogram. It's right over to the left. As soon as I bring any sky in, it still looks awfully burnt out. So I'll take a picture anyway, then drop it down, and take a picture. I can get in much closer on this peak. Bring the picture up, have a look at the focus. Focus is good. I'm just looking at my composition though. And there's a peak behind the near peak that I want to photograph, and it's just peeking out. So I'd rather move over slightly so it's directly behind and not quite so obvious, and the balance will be a bit better. That's okay. Again, bring up the image. It's a bit wobbly just now, that's okay. So my speed is 250th and I'm at 200 ISO, so I really want to be doubling that. I really want to be about 500 at least. So I'd probably have to adjust my ISO or my f-stop. I'm going to bring the f-stop down to f8. Yeah, that's exactly where it was, exposure wise. That's good. There's some trees on the top, I just want to check that they're pretty damn good. Okay.
Just going to make sure the focus is bang on those twigs at the top, otherwise known as trees. Right, why is it not focusing? Right, it's on AFS. It should be focusing. So I'm having problems with this camera. I had problems with the last ZF as well. That with some lenses, it just stops focusing. That's it, focused. It's one of the reasons I was using manual focus so much. Right, we'll bring that down. So I've got a bad habit of focusing my vision too much on the focus point and then forgetting what's around here, around the edges. You really have to concentrate on everything around the edges, because you could easily lose the top of a peak and then the image looks horrible because you're too busy concentrating on what's here. So you've got to watch everything around and make sure you've got in what you want and the balance is correct. Right, there's another 3 peaks between these here, so I'm just going to, so what I want to do with this is, right, I'm going to zoom right in, and I want to get the exposure right for what's in the background more than the foreground. That's better. And I'm going to put my focus back to manual momentarily, zoom in, make sure the focus is bang on. It's shaky as anything because I'm bouncing all over the place, zoomed in at 100%. Bring it back out, and I'm looking, it's very dark because I'm trying to get the exposure for what's in the background. I'm just going to redo this, exposing for the car peaks in the foreground, which means if the first one didn't work, the second one should be better. That's the idea. I've actually got sweat going into my eyes at the moment. Whew. Right, I'm going to stop talking to you so I can concentrate on taking images, and what I get from here, I will show you them right now.